Hey guys, Will here. Today, I'd like to talk about this infographic that Blizzard just released, which gives a lot of information about WoW. I've seen a lot of other games do this in the past, like League of Legends, so it's awesome to finally see some stats about Warcraft. The first thing in this infographic is that WoW has had over 100 million unique accounts. Now, that's not the same as players. I myself have had several accounts, and it does also include trial accounts. But it's still a pretty big number. Considering that WoW peaked at about 12 million subscribers, I think there's some truth to the idea that the game has always lost a lot of players. They come and go, and the real reason that we're seeing a decline now isn't due to a lack of interest or bad design decisions, but just a lack of new players coming in. The game's been out for so long now that a lot of people who maybe would have tried it already have, like most people have played WoW if they're going to, and that's why we're seeing these declining numbers now, because the game has always lost people. It's just, been able to bring more in the past. The next piece of info is that the player base is 52% Alliance and 47% Horde, with around 1% being neutral Pandaren. This surprises me a little bit, that the Alliance has more players, as most people that I've met who've played WoW were Horde, but that could easily just be a selection bias. I played exclusively Horde for many years, now I play Alliance. I know that back in Vanilla, the Alliance was way more popular than the Horde, but starting with Burning Crusade and the addition of Blood Elves, the numbers have gotten fairly close. 47 to 52, it's not exact, but it's decent. I know, but that's overall. On some servers, it's usually not very balanced. I know on Storm Rage US, it's 99 Alliance, and on Area 52 US, it's 99 Horde. So, while the overall faction balance is pretty good, they don't mention individual servers here, which, those are not very balanced most of the time. The most commonly used titles are the Patient, Jenkins, and Assistant Professor, which isn't really surprising, as those are some of the easiest to obtain. It does mean that most players at least go for some achievements, as Jenkins isn't usually gotten accidentally, right? And Assistant Professor does require you to do some archaeology, which is a little surprising to me because a lot of players I know hate archaeology. They're really not a big fan of it, but I guess maybe they do it just for that one title. I'm not sure how many artifacts you have to do. It might just be 1, or is it 10? I don't know. Apparently 500 million characters have been created in WoW. I don't know, to me, that actually seems a little bit low. When you have 100 million accounts, and I think we all know quite a few people who make a lot of characters or have 1090s or whatever, it seems like just a little bit less than we'd expect. However, it is still a huge number. 500 million, that's insane. 9 million guilds have been created, so if you average that out, it's 55 characters per guild or so. Of course, some guilds are much bigger, and some, like bank guilds, are very small, but that would be the average. The rarest mount is surprisingly not something like Mimiron's Head, the Arena mounts, or the Big Love Rocket, but the Heavenly Onyx Cloud Serpent from Shaw of Anger. I think this one was bugged for a while, never dropped, but it is true that you don't see it around very often. I think it'd get more attention, but there's just so many varieties of Cloud Serpent. You have, the green, the blue, the red. There's so many different ones, heavenly, thundering, so it doesn't really feel as unique, but it is still pretty cool because of the rarity. It's pretty prestigious to have that mount. A lot of people must want it, I guess, because I still see groups forming for Shaw of Anger mount runs all the time, so it must be pretty popular. One of the biggest surprises on the list was that while there are 900,000 PvE instances created every day, there are about 670,000 PvP ones. I know that a lot of people consider PvP to be very inconsequential and not a very big part of the game. And some even say that it's a waste of developer time and resources. But considering there's that many battlegrounds and arenas being played, I think it's definitely more popular than a lot of us give it credit for. Now, a big portion of PvE instances at the moment are probably LFR runs, right? Which take at least 25 people, while arenas can be done with about 4, and they take a lot less time. But it's still a respectable number. We're not sure of the breakdown exactly for which instances are which, right? Like how many of these are dungeons, how many are rated battlegrounds. They don't give us the breakdown. But, it's still a pretty high number for PvP, even if you look at it from a very cynical perspective and just say it's all arenas for PvP and all LFR, so there's less people, but I think it's still a pretty high number. Now, on a side note, 3.6 million pet battles are done every day. I think it's clear that even though some people hate on the Pokemon and WoW thing, it's been an incredible success. I mean, a lot of people just are in love with pet battles, do all the dailies every day or whatever. It's amazing. The last thing on this infographic that I want to talk about is that it says Garrosh has been defeated 400,000 times, which at first I thought was a little bit low, but after looking at the numbers more, it sounds about right. According to WoW Progress, a little over 14,000 guilds have downed Garrosh on normal, and even if they had all downed him 10 times, that's still under 200,000 kills. Of course, then you factor in Flex and LFR, which makes the 400k number seem fairly understandable, not too low. I'm really glad Blizzard released this info, and I hope they'll do more of them. There's still a lot of stats that I'd like to see, like just the percentages of how many players raid or earn guilds or whatever, or maybe profession stats, like how many things are disenchanted per day. I don't know, I like having all these numbers available. I think it's cool. What stats would you guys like to see? Anyway, that's all from me for now. If you enjoyed the video, please subscribe. Thanks for watching.